This is what I call an outfit. Hey guys, it's Luna. Welcome back to my channel. So I decided to sit down and make this video today. I have gotten so many questions this past year about my future plans, and I know I've said a lot of different things. I just truly didn't know yet, and I mean I still don't know yet, but I do have a rough plan. So I'm gonna answer all your questions, clear everything up, and just tell you what my plans are now that I've graduated high school. I want to start off with a little backstory so you guys kind of understand why I'm making the decisions that I am. So let's start from the beginning. This is like a full-on draw my life. I've always wanted to do one, so here we go. I grew up in a town called Agora Hills, which is right next to Calabasas. If you know the Kardashians, like I was 5 minutes away from there, about 15 minutes away from Malibu. It's about 45 minutes from LA, an hour away from LA. I say I'm from LA because I technically am, but I'm more from the Valley. So I grew up here my whole life. You guys know in 8th grade, I moved to New York to go to a ballet school for 1 year. And then I came back here, so I've been living here ever since. I started my channel in 7th grade. I think it was actually 5 years ago, 3 days ago. That video was uploaded this summer. I was moving to New York, so 7th to 8th grade. During the time that video was filmed, I had just moved out of my childhood home. I was living in like a temporary house before I moved to New York. And at that time, it was like, that was probably one of the hardest times of my life because you never want to move out of your childhood home that you've been living in. And my parents were actually going through a divorce at that time, which, you know, if you are a child of divorced parents, it's never easy. And my parents' divorce was very, very much not easy. So I moved to New York, and then I moved back here. My parents have been split. I know I don't talk a lot about my dad. He lives in Santa Ynez, which is about like 2.5 hours away from where I live now, but I live with my mom. Yeah, so I moved back here for 4 years. It was not easy. I did not have an easy high school experience. When me and my mom moved back here, we couldn't really afford to get our own place, so I was living with friends. I think I've counted it up, and I lived at a total of 15 different friends' house, just sleeping on couches and guest rooms. I never had stability during that time, and that was really, really rough for me. But it's just what we had to do. Right after sophomore year, we got our own place. So that was 2 years of my high school experience not really having my own room, and not really, I mean, like, you say having your own room, but like, it's important to a teenager, you know, decorating it and having your own place. And I never had that, so I like to think that I grew up really fast. I was always held accountable for myself. You know, you're living with someone else and you're living in someone else's house. You have to be responsible and clean up and watch out for yourself. You can't be that messy teenager and fight with your mom and do all that stuff when you're not in your own home. So I grew up really, really fast. And that's kind of a blessing and a curse. So we got our own place after sophomore year. Ever since then, my mom actually designs children's wear. It's called Luna Luna, the company. She had it since I was young. But she travels a lot to Indonesia where it's produced. So a lot of the time I was living on my own, which I kind of liked. But I had, you know, my own apartment technically, my own car. I was cooking for myself, grocery shopping for myself. And the reason I'm kind of mentioning this whole entire story is because I grew up really, really fast, and I learned things that normal kids learn when they go away to college and when they move out of their house after high school. So I kind of wanted to stress that to you guys, that I'm definitely an old soul, and I'm very responsible. Sometimes I'm too anal and OCD about things. I have a crazy like sleep regiment where I need to sleep in my own bed with my own comforter, with my special sleeping underwear, and my hair needs to be brushed. I need the right chapstick. I need my phone plugged in. Like, crazy. And I'm most of the time really tidy. And that's kind of bad because I'm trying to let loose more, you know, be cool teenager. Now that we got that settled, I just graduated high school, as you guys know. For me, I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. And that was always the dream, you know. When you're in the intense ballet that I was in, that's the dream. That's all you want. I was dancing like 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. I never really had friends in my actual school because I was half homeschooled and I always went to dance, but I have like the most amazing dance friend group. Yeah, I'm just stressing to you that dance was my life, you guys. It was everything to me. I even went to New York and studied there for ballet, and my mom moved with me there when I came back. It was just, it was everything. So throughout this experience, I had the YouTube channel, didn't really upload a lot until about the beginning of junior year of high school. I started uploading more consistently, and then my channel kind of grew and blew up so fast. I think I went from 4,000 followers to 100,000 within a year, and I loved doing it. I loved having YouTube as my outlet and creative outlet because it was just kind of a mixture of what I loved. I was never that bunhead prima ballerina girl with slick gelled hair doing my stretches every night and stuff like that. And I also wasn't just the lax teenager, high school teenager that partied, and I was just never that. I was kind of a combination because I love fashion and style and just vlogging and lifestyle like this, but I also love ballet so much. So my channel was a way for me to combine that, and I loved it. I loved doing YouTube. My channel growing within that year opened up a whole new realm of possibilities for me, and I've always wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I was on Nickelodeon when I was in 8th grade and I loved it. And that was always in the back of my mind, the dream for me, but I was kind of trained to think that ballet was the only way to go when I was in the intense training that I was in. If you're not a ballerina, then you don't know that if you want to go pro, most of the time you move away when you're in high school. You go to a year-round program at like a big company, which I was not ready to do since my family was kind of falling apart and we didn't even have the money to have our own place, let alone send me away to a year-round program. I was an old soul and definitely really independent, but I still wasn't ready to just move away. Like, I didn't get that childhood experience that I wanted fully yet, you know? Every time I went to a summer intensive, I just was miserable. I went through really bad depression when I was at summer intensives. I just didn't love it as much as everyone else did. I don't even know where in the story I am. I'm supposed to be talking about my future and I'm talking about the past. I started my YouTube channel. It blew up. I hit 100K and that was a huge thing for me. Got my plaque. And then I just found my place here on YouTube. I uploaded a lot of videos regarding body image and body dysmorphia, and I really, really wanted my YouTube channel to be a place where people can learn something and feel something. If I'm able to help a couple girls out there with a subject that I feel really strongly about, then my job here is done. Like, I feel fulfilled when I upload a YouTube video, and I was just always searching for that throughout my childhood. Wow, that got really deep all of a sudden. Moving on. So this past year I focused a lot on my YouTube channel. You guys know that. I'm just been so super into it. I got a management. I'm signed with Select Management. I love them. I love working with them, and they just help me realize that this can become a real thing for me. And this is a career for me for now. When I started focusing more on YouTube this past year, I kind of drifted away from ballet, which was okay with me because I was so excited about something else. But my YouTube channel is definitely built on the fact that I am a ballet dancer, and I know a lot of my audience comes from the ballet world. You guys know I've struggled for a long time with body dysmorphia, and just everything with the dance world right now for me is really toxic when I think about it. So I hope you guys understand I have to take a little bit of a break from ballet. It's just such a love-hate relationship, because it's my therapy. It really is. When I'm in there and dancing and I feel really good, there's like no other feeling for me. When I'm performing on stage, like, that's real stuff, you know? That's real emotion and real feeling. I have to take a break to see if I miss that aspect of it. When I say break, I just mean not as intensely as I'm doing it. I'm still gonna take classes weekly. I hope you guys understand why I didn't audition for companies and why I'm not going to a summer intensive this year. It's because I need to take a little bit of a break. I always kind of knew growing up that I didn't want to go to college. I can't really explain it. It wasn't just, you know, a lot of kids said they wouldn't go to college just because it's like another 4 years that are optional, but I always kind of knew that college wasn't for me. I think a big part of college is becoming independent, and because of the backstory I told you, I could live on my own for a year in the middle of nowhere and probably be okay. I'm not saying that to build myself up or anything, but I'm very independent. I'm an old soul. I know that I could take care of myself, so I don't feel like I'm missing that college experience, that aspect at least of a college experience. Like, I know how to do my laundry, I know how to cook for myself, I know how to clean my room. So when people kind of use that as an argument for why I should be going, I lay down the facts, I lay down the history. And then as for learning, getting a degree in something for the industry I'm in, which is, you know, the entertainment industry, media, my age is definitely of the essence. Being young is definitely an advantage for me. I have to milk this as long as I can because I love it. YouTube doesn't last forever, and I'm in my prime YouTube state right now, and I love doing it and I love making content, and I feel like my content is really relatable with my audience. So I need to keep doing what I'm doing. I could not be doing this in a college, and that's not the path I wanted to take. So the plan is I'm going to move closer into LA. As I said, I live a little bit outside of LA right now, about 45 minutes away, so I'm going to move closer because, you know, LA is the prime hub for what I do, and just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to make more content for you guys. I want to possibly make merch, possibly like ballet merch, like leotards, leg warmers, cute stuff like that. I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do with my life for the past 4 years. It's been one of the biggest causes of my anxiety. I have an insane fear of failing. I have gone to really, really dark places because of my fear of not knowing what I want to do, and I just wanted to stress to you guys that it's totally okay to not know what you want to do. There's people that go to universities and grad school and still come out of it not knowing what to do. If you're not doing the college route, just know, like, it's totally fine. We also live in a generation where degrees aren't everything. There are many jobs and opportunities out there that you don't need a degree for. So I feel like I don't need that, and you can always go to college. Like, you can always go back. If I'm 30 years old and realize that I want that degree, I can just go get it. I'm also not in a financial state to support myself through college. I don't want to get a degree in something that I'm not even passionate about. I don't know what I want. I don't know where my life is taking me, but I know that I can always go back to college. So I will not be attending a university next year. However, I do plan on taking classes at a community college in the LA area, just to keep up my job here on YouTube. And, you know, when I do interviews and stuff, it's a lot of talking, and I can already tell when I'm out of school that my grammar, vocabulary, I want to sound smart when I'm on here, and I want to keep it up because education is so important to me, and I'm very lucky to live in an area where I can get that education. I can very easily get swept up in the fake social media world, and I never want to do that. And if you guys ever notice me doing that, you let me know, because I cannot do that, and LA is full of those types of people, and I don't want to be that, and I don't want to change. I want to be the same girl you guys have been watching. I want you guys to know that my ballet content is never gonna stop. I already have some shows and events planned for next year that you guys will get plenty of content with, and I never want to disassociate myself with the ballet industry. I love it, you know, I love ballet. YouTube is not forever. I know that. I know that at some point I'm gonna burn out. I hope that I can transition my place here on YouTube into something like starting a business or getting into acting or doing commercial work. There's a lot of opportunities out there for me, and I've allowed myself to let go of my fear of failure and just see where life takes me. And I'm excited for that. So we're in this together. You guys know I'm brutally honest on here, so if I'm ever going through something, you'll know about it. I guess the biggest point I want to make here is that just don't be afraid to not know what you're doing. I feel like the fear of not knowing what to do can almost paralyze you, that you do nothing, and you just can't let that do that. Try out different things, you know. You've always wanted to be a figure skater, just go do some ice skating lessons. You've always wanted to start singing, go take some singing lessons. And you might figure out there, oh, maybe I want to be a songwriter. There's just so many options out there for you. College is not always the answer. And also, if you are going to college next year, like, I applaud you. That's amazing. That's gonna take you so many places too. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'm excited for this journey. I hope you guys can follow me along. Follow me on Instagram at Luna Montana for more, and obviously subscribe to my YouTube channel here. I love you guys so much. I'm excited for this journey, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
She on me like, hey, that I can make you my baby. She said that she loved the way I say her name, and oh my